The views and opinions of this podcast are solely based off the hosts and guests and are not associated with any agency, corporation, or LLC. Enjoy the show. I feel a beat coming on. Hit it, boys!
Mike's got the facts with a stern face. Cliff's cracking jokes just to keep the pace. Together they tackle the big and the small. Everyday heroes standing tall. Mike's the brain and Cliff's
Oh my God, buddy, what's going on?
What's going on, my friend? A great Sunday. My Titans won. I am happy.
Dude, yeah, that's a big dub.
I need all the dubs I can get. You seen our record?
Well, we got a special episode today. We have we got a lot of people here on the podcast. We got James coming in from Arizona. What's going on, James?
How y'all doing? Glad to be here.
What's going on, buddy?
Yep, this
How's
is
it going?
a lot of technology going on today, so I'm just telling y'all now. First, if you like the podcast, please hit the button, subscribe, help us out. The more followers we get, the more helps the algorithm, so we appreciate it. We got the wife is on board today. We got Lana. Say hi.
Hey, everybody.
And we got our special star today. We got Heather Hagan. Say hi, Heather.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good.
Southern.
Yeah, so this is, Cliff, this has got to be the Southern episode, man.
Well, you know,
We got to address it. Not
down with
if people haven't figured it out with you yet, I live in the South. My co-host is from the South. Not only is from the South, he's from Bama.
I ain't
Or
from
Georgia. Georgia.
Yeah, I ain't from no Alabama. I mean, we're like second cousins. They're first cousins. Like, that's who we sleep with, by the way, if you didn't get that. You know.
Because I thought that, we had Anthony on a couple weeks ago, and you talked about how NASCAR would make you cry. Isn't it ingrained into your DNA somewhere that that's what you're supposed to do is get on a wife beater, get a cup of Coors Lights, and go out and go, let's go number 24.
Well, first of all, if you've seen me without a shirt, there's no wife beaters for me. But yeah, I've never been into NASCAR ever. I mean, I went one time. My father-in-law took me, and I mean, we were up in the booth. The best thing about it was a buffet. I cared nothing about the racing.
So the racers won, and you won that day.
Oh yeah, well I killed them. They lost money on that day. And they were like, "Oh, we ain't never had a fat guy like this up there eating." Oh, I was killing them. Alcohol was free too. I got them.
Oh, does that come with the buffet, or was that part of the?
It was like we were behind glass, and then he was like, "Hey man, let's walk down to the track and let you feel the speed." I didn't want none of that. It was hot outside. I wanted back in the buffet.
You're like, give me some hot dogs.
Yeah.
Well, our guest today, she is full-blooded Southern young lady, debutante.
Yes, very much so.
So, what's your views on NASCAR?
I grew up watching it. I went to games. We were in Darlington a lot, and I like it. I always have.
I got to tell you,
I think my daddy would probably, no, he would shoot me if I did not like NASCAR. Yes.
Well, I could tell you, I think it's a regional thing because, Lana and I can't get any more northern. We're from Alaska originally. So, our sports up there are snow machining, which y'all call snowmobiling. That's like everybody's hooked on that. And you can come down here and be like, oh, man, did you watch the Arctic, man? They'll be like, the what? To us, it's great. And then I'm like, well, let me tell you about NASCAR. And I'm like, oh, do y'all go up mountains and take these 30-foot jumps? They're like, no, they turn left for 200 miles and takes up 2 hours of your day.
It's like, oh no, he just went in the pit stop. Yeah, I can't.
Well,
get
if you ain't first, you're last.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even know. How many miles is it for most NASCAR races?
I couldn't tell
500.
Is it 500?
Yeah.
We even have a NASCAR place right next. We're like right next to Darlington Speedway.
It is, yeah.
Is that a 500 too?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it a 500?
I don't know. They do a lot of different type of racing out there.
Yeah, I think they do a lot.
They do a lot of
Most races are
motocross. There's
500.
motocross out there too, and a lot of different things.
Yeah, the only thing I like about NASCAR is one of my favorite movies, Talladega Nights, with the infamous Ricky Bobby.
I piss excellence, my friend.
Like, even when we did our first podcast, I just jokingly wanted to just start doing this to see if anybody would catch the inside joke.
Nobody caught it.
Yeah. So, Heather, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from, and then we'll start deep diving into you and ask some couple questions. But so Elgin, or
So I'm actually from Yemassee, South Carolina.
the what EC?
Yemassee, it's right outside of Beaufort, South Carolina, low country.
Okay. So just for the folks watching, that's kind of down towards the Charleston area, right?
Savannah.
Well, I mean, like if you
Savannah, Georgia, but I mean, yes, it's
Still South Carolina.
yeah. So it's I'm trying to think of
You're near Paris Island,
yes,
Marine Corps base.
yes. I actually work right across from the base. So,
Mhm.
but yes, I grew up in Yemassee, South Carolina. My mom moved here when I was in third grade, whatever age I was in third grade, and we've been here ever since until I took off and went to Nashville.
well, we'll get to that. Hold on a second. I need to back up. So you all moved to Elgin.
Yes.
So what back in the day was attracted to be like, I want to move to Elgin?
Good question. I ask her that all the time. I was very salty about it. Yemassee is a really small town. Like there's no sublights. It's really tiny. My entire family lives there, like on my dad's side. But they moved here because she worked in Bishopville. They bought Badcock Furniture Store. So that's actually what brought them here. And they decided to move to Elgin.
That was the house.
And they drove to Bishopville.
Was that the mobile home that they had purchased that we sold a couple of years ago? Is that where they had originally bought that piece of property, right?
Yes.
So they came here to kind of start a new life and be entrepreneurs and kind of make their own stake in the world and stuff like that, and said go off and make good friends in Elgin. So was there a big difference from moving to the Savannah area up to here? Was it pretty much the same thing, just a little bit of a different cloth?
No, it was different. So I really more country down here. You know, the hunting, the fishing, side by sides. I love all of it. I grew up doing it. So, but the people were different.
How so?
Oh, good thing y'all can't read my diary when I was like 8. I don't know. I never like adjusted. I would say preppy.
Oh,
Really like stuck up and preppy. That was my. Come on, I can't.
Moving
give up.
here?
Yes, moving here.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me because I was just a country tomboy. I know, and I don't know. That's just how I felt about it when I moved here. So it took me a while to adjust to it.
I would never think anybody would think.
There's old
Elgin
money
was-
out here.
Yeah,
A lot
well,
of old money.
Yeah, I
out
can
here.
get that.
You
I
got
get
to think like we had like Camden, which is a lot of old money. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about school wise when it came to like kids. I mean, it was just different.
Yeah, different place. So yeah, I wouldn't think. Well, Yemassee had 2 stoplights.
Oh, they had 0. So
Oh,
that's why I'm saying.
Oh,
there's
so
the- I
Elgin
mean,
had one. We had a up.
Yeah.
I got you. We had a
So-
up on them. We have one big stoplight. So, well, then what happened? So you're growing up. You moved to Elgin, South Carolina, and then how did the transition? What grade were you in when you moved here?
it was 2nd or 3rd grade.
Okay, so then middle school. How's it go?
Middle school was fine. I went to Lugolf Middle. So
Oh my God!
I know.
So your kids are gonna be like, my mama went here. Damn, there might be some teachers that are still there when they go there. And well, you're not here. You're not.
Well,
really
I'm not
local
here anymore,
right?
but even when I did live here, I refused for my kids to go to the public schools here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know. I had so much. I don't know. I honestly never adjusted. I had a lot of good friends. I'm still good friends with the people. We've been friends for 25 years. So it wasn't really that. I think it was more the move was I just couldn't I couldn't adjust to it.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
Yeah, but that's a good thing though about being in the system for so long. Like you had some like your whole childhood friends, that would translate over to adulthood. Have you? So, being military, our kids never really got to have those long-standing relationships. So, did and I always try to tell them, like these friendships are transitory. That like, I know that they're really important to you, but in a couple of years, we're going to be out to someplace new. Did you find that after graduating here, being local, that those friendships remained? They stayed strong?
They did. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. The friends that I made when we first moved here, the 3 of them they're still my best friends. When we've been friends for 25 years. So, of course, everybody grows apart a little bit, but we are still really good friends.
Drinking buddies?
So, no, I don't ever get, they're like off getting engaged and married or,
Yeah.
but
you guys hang out though. You guys
yes,
get some time. That's good.
we do.
Yeah, that's good. So you get done with high school. I'm assuming that you went to LE High.
Yes.
Oh yeah. What other school?
I know that's like.
Well,
options
I
do you
did.
have?
I actually, my freshman year, I did go to Lou Golf, and then we ended up. My mom, we never sold our Elgin house. She's always had it until she just recently sold it. But she did. They rented a house in Camden. I don't know why or what they did. So I did go to Camden for 3 years, and I loved Camden High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I played softball, cheered. I mean, but I liked it a lot. So even when they moved back, I stayed at Camden. But I actually moved out of my mom's house when I was 17. So I haven't graduated yet.
You have really?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, that's gonna tie. Well, for kids watching, try to graduate high school, but like,
No,
we're
I
gonna
did
get-
graduate, but I
Well,
moved out
Yeah,
when I was 17.
Okay,
graduated,
gotcha.
She just
Oh,
wasn't with her
gotcha. So you're
parents.
just like I'm done. Like I'm done living. And how'd your parents take that when you're like I'm moving out? Like I can, as a father with daughters, I can only imagine how this conversation went.
She was not happy, but I don't know. I was really bullheaded, so
Yeah.
she really fight me on it much.
Well, that's
She
the
was like,
age
as
they're
long as
allowed
you
to-
graduate, she.
Well, some parents will, I would kind of look at it this way. It's like, oh, you think you're all that? Go out there, and then you get to see what it's really like.
And I think that's what she was wanting me, or like a lesson. Like,
Yep.
she'll come back home.
Yeah. It's always like where kids, they get their first job and they're so excited and they think they're going to be rich off that $200, $100 check, and then they
No.
get that first pay stub, and
They
it's
come
like,
home crying.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, they're like, Dad, who's FICA? And why are they taking all my? What is Medicare? Why are they taking my money?
Yeah.
Oh, those are for later on in life. Enjoy. You only got a lifetime of paying those things. Yeah.
Yes.
So we move out. Were we able to stay out, or did we have to move back in, or?
No, I stayed out.
Oh, good for
Yes,
you. Yeah.
yes.
So you.
I got my first. It was like a single wide trailer. I mean, I bought it, rented a piece of land in Elgin, had it there, and I ended up graduating, going to school for nursing, and then I got into the car business. So
Well, let's
I
back
was-
up a second. So you get out, and then you have this. You're like, which university did you apply to for this? Or was
So
it
it's-
technical school first, and then university?
It was so it's med tech. It was just straight medical in Columbia.
Gotcha. And what made you think about nursing?
It's always what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into the Air Force for a flight nurse. My
Mhm.
mom begged me not to. I was supposed to leave after graduation. She did eventually talk me out of it, and she said, "I'll pay for you to go to school if you don't go." And I
Oh.
was like,
Oh.
"All right."
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
No, that's not bad. So you start, and then at what point were you like, this is not for me? Was it like around the clinicals, or were?
Oh yes. So I had to do it on Fort Jackson base, and I had a lot. They were coming in from boot camp training, and
Yeah.
so many of them like about passed out on me and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually did, and I was like, "Yeah, no, no, I don't want to do it."
Yeah.
So, but I did finish. I have that diploma, but I also was in the car business working too, and I ended up falling in love with it. So after I graduated, I just stayed in the car business.
Was it a money thing, or was it more like your heart was more into sales than nursing?
My heart was in more to sales.
Yeah.
I didn't really start making like really good money until I think, 20. So I'm still young, but
I mean, for a 20-year-old to say I'm not really I'm making pretty good money. That's
20 was the first year that I hit 6 figures.
oh my god.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you now, Cliff. If I was making 6 figures when I was 20, I would lose my daggum mind.
If I lose 10 pounds, I'm gonna go start selling cars. Right now, I don't think I can walk around the lot, but I'm gonna try.
So, as you came into the sales part, were you more into the front office, back office, or actually selling?
Selling.
And
Yeah.
what was there a particular car brand that you preferred more than any?
Ford.
Gotcha. So how long were we doing that for?
Well, the car business 14 years. Now selling cars, I was in sales for 2 years, and then I went from that to internet manager, from internet manager to floor manager.
Well, hold on.
It just kept
Hold
going.
on, hold on.
Like it just kept going.
Yeah. Let me just pull this back. Internet manager. What does that mean? Are you the because this is the question. Are you the person
Favorite person.
where you look online and you're like, oh my God, there's like $6,000 rebates, and when you show up and you're like, no, that's all of them. You only qualify for one.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, you dirty
Yes,
rascal.
That person. But it's in there. It's like all, you have to read.
It's the asterisk.
Yeah.
The false
Yes.
advertising.
Yes.
It's not false. You just have to keep clicking at the very
Oh, yeah,
bottom
you
line,
have to
the
keep
sixth-
reading.
The sixth asterisk, you're like, oh, it's just if I qualify for it. Okay,
But
gotcha.
that's the
Yes.
internet price.
Yeah.
That is the internet price.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, so was your whole job then just to kind of like look at the inventory and just make sure that the website reflected the inventory, and then making sure all the rebates were on there so people could kind of get an idea?
Yes, and also, so if somebody inquired about a vehicle that was online, asking if it was available, like I was the one who reached out to them, scheduled the appointments, brought them in, and just went through the whole process.
So if you brought another person in, were you getting like a little kickback from if the car was sold by the salesperson?
I would work them. I would work
Okay.
them, or if I was tied up, then I would just give it to another salesperson.
And would they have to split the commission at that point, or is it just solely also okay?
It would have been split.
Oh, so now you're like, go ahead and get some of that work, and then if you say, "Oh, I got you," that's a good way. A little bit of slight passive income coming in. You're just opening up the door, and you just need them to seal the deal. I got that.
Like a
So-
referral fee.
Yeah. Did you ever aim people towards your family members? 'Cause that's what I would do. Like, my family members would get all the clients. I would not give them to the other salesmen.
No, I did not. John would tell you, well, when John actually started working there, I was the internet manager, but I only stayed there 6 months before they put me as floor manager. But he would come home and complain to my mom all the time because I ran the Ford store for a while. He'd be like, Heather's such a bitch at work. And I'm like, well, it's okay, John. He's like, no, you're so mean. I was like, no, if I ask y'all to do something, do it. I said, I'm not treating you any different than anybody else.
That's
And he would
tough,
tell you
man.
that. And I mean, I am his daughter, so it's kind of like it was hard.
I can imagine. I've offered to my daughter when she graduates. She needed a job, and she's like, "I would never work for you." I'm like, what? So and she's like, I should. And it's not the fact that like she would think working for me would bad, but she doesn't like the fact that I'd be able to have accountability on her. Like, how's my daughter do? Oh man, or she's doing great, but she'd be worried about you need to snatch your daughter up. She's out of control.
Yeah.
Which but I don't blame her at all. But that's interesting that you guys were able to one, work together, but then two, kind of separate family. This is business and this is family.
Yes, it
Yeah.
had to be. Now John, he was fine about it. My mom's like, I'm tired of him coming home complaining about you. I was like, oh, well.
Yeah. Tell him to be the internet manager then, and he can start doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was actually a good relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. So, during that time, did you I know for a fact you were starting to look at like other career choices too. Like, I think you said you got into real estate, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So what was it just like, let me expand my earning potential, or, cause I mean, you by virtue of your job already have a lot of contact with people, and, so those relationships can kind of, translate over into other opportunities. So is that kind of what you're thinking, or something different?
It was. So I just wanted to have, I don't know. I always think having backup plans is a really good thing. So when I started, that was, I think in 2020 is when I started school or whatever for real estate. And then I did.
Well, did
Yes.
COVID, cause that's right when COVID started getting really hot. Was that kind of,
No, it's just something I wanted to do.
oh, you're like,
Honestly,
okay.
I don't really, there was no, I just,
Heather
something
actually
I wanted to
bought
have
and sold a bunch of
lot.
houses and would benefit from having the license, is why she got the license.
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I did. I flipped houses on my own a lot.
Oh, so you're already doing all the work, and you're like, I might as well get paid for some of this.
Yeah. So-
After she paid me quite a few times, she's like, I think I'm going to get my license.
That's not true.
Yeah.
But no.
She's like, you know how much money she got for that work?
Girl thinks
need
he
some of
just
that.
made my
She's-
car payment, my house payment,
Yeah.
cheer for the month.
Yeah. So you're really, I mean, it seems like that you're really focused on financial security in your life. Like, that's important. Is there a reason why that's, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. I think most people should be responsible towards their finances and like forecasting to take care of their family. Have you always been that way, or have you found like, was there something that happened in life, maybe having children, where you're like, look, dude, I need to make sure we're taken care of?
It was well before I had children. Like I said, I moved out when I was 17. I had a job since I was 14. And one thing, a promise that I made to myself was like I never wanted to have to depend on somebody to take care of me. And so the
Say it again.
mindset, and the mindset that, that was just one of my, I don't know, I just couldn't do it.
I don't.
So
But
I would do anything, and that's why I said backup plans. Like I would do anything I could to have some other source of income, especially like now. So
yeah.
it's,
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that. Like, I advocate my daughters all the time that like I have a blueprint for them, and I hope and I pray and I encourage them to follow. But it's, one, get your education, then get your career, then start looking down your family, because then at any time, if that relationship's, you're not locked in. Like, you can stand out, you could be like, I'm done, bye, and he can't leverage anything against you, saying, well, how are you going to make it? I'll be just fine. I have a career. How are you going to make it?
yes.
So I'm glad to hear you say that. And I wish more people would raise, like, women do have to work hard. Like, it's harder. I mean, I can admit it. I see it. It's harder. And it's, you have to prepare your kids to, especially if they're daughters, that like, you're going to have to do things a little bit different, and you have to prepare yourself to be reliant and stand on your own 2 feet. And it sounds like from a very beginning age, you were like, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, we grew up, me and my brother, Al Michael. So we had a tough life. We didn't, my mom worked, so don't get me wrong. She was in the mobile home business, and she was never home, but that had a lot to do with the divorce and just other stuff so it was always me. Like, I basically raised myself. And so when I was 11, until I moved out when I was 17, but yeah, I never, like, I saw the struggles that she went through, and I was a teenager, so I had a lot of anger built up towards her for a lot of different reasons, but also now, looking at it at the age I'm at now, I mean, she was going through tough times. She was trying to make it by, and I guess so that was my biggest reasoning. Like, I didn't want to struggle. I didn't want to have to go through what she went through.
But it seems like that your family unit's very important to you too, because it seems like,
Yes.
Y'all spend a lot of time together and do a lot of things together as a whole family unit.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Isn't it, do you think any of that comes from also, having the tough times and realizing, I'm working really hard to make sure that nobody feels maybe like how I felt as a teenager. Do you feel like maybe it's some of that?
Oh, it is. And it definitely shows with Blaze and Mary Grace. It took me until I was 25 to actually like open up to my mom about like everything, in which that actually brought us way closer, because she did, she asked, she's like, Heather, why do you hate me? I was like, I don't hate you. I said, but, and then, I just opened up to her. So, but our family has always been really close.
Well, so did we stick in real estate? So were we doing that simultaneously, or did we just say we're good with the auto, now let me move on to this new realm? Because obviously you're good at sales.
Yeah, I love sales.
Yeah.
I do. It was the hours was the biggest thing for me. With 2 little ones, I couldn't do it. But I could have with real estate, but I just never actually
Grab the reins.
gave it my all. Yeah, I did it part-time when I was at the dealership. Then I moved to Nashville when I got the opportunity for modeling, and I took it.
Well, I guess that's a
And
good.
I
ahead.
literally gave up. I mean, I walked away from everything. Like, I literally walked away from everything. But, I mean,
So let's talk about this. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a model on the show. We'll make sure her socials are on the YouTube, and you can contact her and see all of her stuff.
Subscribe
that she's got
now.
out there.
What about me? Like, you've had a model on the show, and I don't feel like you.
You're not being appreciated.
Exactly. Like, you just skipped over. Like, we have a model on the show. Like, you haven't had one before this. No.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Mike doesn't even know how to respond.
There's no you can't respond.
Look.
We love you, Cliff.
Cliff is
Thank you, girls.
he's a handsome guy,
Yes.
and that personality just shines through. And if you ever come share them grounding sheets with me, I'm sure you're going to keep me warm.
He didn't say browning sheets. He said grounding sheets.
Grounding.
Once I get in them, they're going to be browning sheets.
So
Well, guests are first there, Cliff.
Oh, I got you. Man.
So how did modeling come? So you've had great success in in sales. You sold cars, you ran the internet, you got into real estate, you're having successes. Was it like I'm not challenged anymore and I need a new challenge, or was it like, or I need to just shoot off and do something completely different, or to at least say I shot my shot?
Yeah, so I started TikTok, I think in March, just randomly, just in March, and one of my videos, which was the stupidest video, but it blew up. So then I just started getting a lot of followers, and then I started doing the TikTok Live, and I actually got reached out by Mary from TikTok Live, and at first I was like, it's kind of, I don't know about all
This is
this.
like one of those-
I was really like, I don't know, but it ended up being real. So so John Casablancas is who I'm under, and it was just,
how long?
I wanted the out, and I took the out.
Look. We're going
You're
to
an opportunist.
We're going to talk
is
about
really
this for a
what
second.
this
How long
is.
were you on TikTok before you blew up?
2 months, 3 months, if that.
Cliff, I just got to say, I've been on TikTok for the better part of probably 4 years. I have 285 followers.
I'm not on. I have TikTok, but I don't like post anything. Maybe I should. Like I should throw some feet pick up.
If you get more followers than me in like 2 weeks with your feet, I'm gonna have to reassess.
this sounds like a
It could
challenge.
be very possible.
Yeah,
Challenge.
dude, if I break this
Challenge
belly
accepted.
out, it's on.
Right,
Yeah.
James?
James, you on TikTok?
Yeah.
Do you have followers?
Oh, just what you put on my golf shots, so probably no. Heather, what's your TikTok name?
I just had
It's Heather. I know it's Heather Hagan.
Or are you
Yeah.
just on TikTok?
she's on all of it. Instagram. Oh, sorry. Turn that off. Sorry.
I think it's at H Hagan 91, but I'm not sure. So bear with me. Yep, at H Hagan 91.
James, see if you can pull up her TikTok so we could take a peek at it.
But
So
See,
how do
I
you
wanna see this
spell your
viral
last
video.
name?
Hold
Oh.
on.
HAEGAN.
HHAGAN 91. So, and one thing, and we were talking about like money. So on here, or when he looks me up, like you'll see like click showcase. So people that buy anything off the showcase, like I
So
get a certain percentage off of that. If my videos hit a certain amount,
How does that? Well, hold on. How does that work? So you're like a subservient
These
seller.
Different? No, they're not different.
no, because that's in my drafts. I haven't posted it.
So
Hey, Cliff, sorry for interrupting. Cliff, can you allow my sharing on Zoom, please?
oh yeah. So
And then I did find Heather.
Yeah, I've been on TikTok, I think, for almost a year now. Yeah, I never did any social media until like up a year ago.
all right, we're gonna pause for a second. Lonnie, you need to get under control with that mic over there.
Listen, you talk too much.
I'm asking questions.
Hey, I need to allow over here.
Let
hang on.
Cliff
We'll drive right
let
here.
Cliff get in there and ask
yeah.
some questions too.
No, I'm only here for I'm the breeze. Fuck that.
It's over.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the host to allow me to share my screen.
Yeah, we're working.
Just relax.
I'm fine.
Relax.
Did you finish watching that video that I sent you, the relaxed one, where she went from the
Yes.
female part and then
Yes.
she went into the male
But yeah.
side? You did finish
Oh,
watching that?
Yeah,
That's bad, right?
that's bad. It's funny. But it's bad.
Cliff, you got any questions to ask, or is this all the
Here's
mic show?
yours. I found mine. We're on a hold
I'm sorry, man.
break, so
Did you?
No, I haven't gotten my questions yet.
They'll
We just got into
edit it out.
TikTok.
they'll edit it out.
Yeah, all this is going to be edited out.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, awesome. Thanks, boys.
And James, if you have any feet pick, if you could show them.
These are fun. Well, hey,
Look at that pretty little lady.
I'm telling you, this thing.
All right.
But TikTok Live's where you make the most money.
All right, well, there we go.
And-
Okay,
So the
I
video
have-
that went viral, you have to actually like click on my profile. Not that one. Go down some
For you.
and click on like the actual H Hagan. Yeah. And so you'll see. I mean, you could see like how many people viewed them. But
That first one doesn't even look like you.
yeah, that was I think
We had the
how
really
long ago?
blonde hair.
Yeah, really blonde hair.
Not that long ago, though.
Yeah.
It was still, it was
Two-
almost a year
year ago?
ago. Yeah. But so the video, the third video, that's the one that blew up. Why? It was
This one right here?
Yes.
Click that,
Yeah.
James.
And I was like, why?
That's you. What's her name?
Me and Tayana.
Yeah, Tiana.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, whatever.
That's the house out in
So-
Camden.
Yeah. And I don't post that often. I try to.
Can
Did
we
they-
hear it?
I
Can you
can.
hit play so we can hear it?
It was, it was tough.
It'll be.
But anyway,
wanna hear it?
That's, yeah.
No, we're fine.
Like, it was just stupid. Honestly,
But
we
you
were.
girls were having so much
Yeah,
fun.
we were drunk. We were just, we were bored. Okay, I mean
Is-
that's what it was.
How much Fireball was involved in this?
Oh,
Drink
no.
Fireball.
Oh
It's
no, just
Jägermeister
that
for
Jaeger.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the Jaeger.
Oh,
you.
And you
Mhm.
know, and it was just us three. It was just a girls' night. We were hanging out, drinking, watching movies, and then I was like, let's do a TikTok.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So it was.
wow, that's crazy. I think we should try to redo that.
Like, I'm gonna be
Boys'
honest.
night.
Y'all,
I want to
please
see
do.
this.
I don't have enough support. And,
But like,
there's a
all
lot of
my-
bouncing going on there, and I'm
Just
afraid things gonna pop
do
out
the
of the
white
bottom of my
t-shirts
shorts.
and the gray sweatpants.
Yeah, like, are you feeling me on that one?
No, hell no. Ain't nothing gonna pop out the bottom of my shorts.
Yeah, and even like the second, that second video. This is before I bought my house. I think the house in Camden, but the second video, it blew up too, and it was nothing. It literally.
How many? Oh, does
I
that
was
say
so
3.42 million?
Mm-hmm.
That was the most recent one, I think. But
I told
It
you
just-
that one day I went with her, and then the next day I posted a video, and I had the most views I've ever had on anything just because I
you
was
tagged her?
tagged me. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what. Yeah. And, like Snapchat. I mean, it's.
But you
This-
can get quite a few views on your stuff too.
I get the most views I've ever had was our first podcast, and we got 6,000 views. The next one behind that was 217.
Hey, that's 217.
Did you use the
That's
same
good.
hashtags
yeah,
or
it's that-
or did you at
I
Cliff?
don't do any. I don't know any of that stuff.
But the thing is, it's not like not all of my videos blow up. It's random ones. Now a lot of them do get a lot of stuff on there, but so no, that was actually when they were getting ready for, or I was getting ready for the fashion show in New York. But yeah, it's
Oh, he knew exactly which one you were talking about.
yeah.
So right now you live in Nashville.
Oh no, I live in Georgia. I went to
Okay.
Nashville for
2 months, 3 months.
3 months. I wasn't there long.
Thanks, James.
Okay, so now you live in Georgia. Where do you? Okay, you told me you live in near Savannah.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
I got you. That's the old stomping ground, Fort Stewart.
There you go. Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, New York Fashion Show.
Who did? So I remember you went out and had your mom. I think it was your mom gifted you a package of getting your photos done to make you feel good about yourself. Wasn't that what happened? And then when those pictures came out,
I
And-
paid for them.
but yeah, you still paid for them, but
Yeah.
it made you feel so good, and
No,
then
it
you looked
was.
freaking amazing.
No,
in them.
it was, and that that photo shoot is actually
What started it.
So we ended up getting a portfolio and sending it in, and that's when
Well, you'll
went to
have to let
Miami
me
to-
know who did that. Okay,
he's amazing. He does really
and
good.
he's local here in Columbia.
He is at Prosperity, but that's local.
Yeah, that's local.
Mhm.
Is that what you're going to give me for Christmas, honey?
Photo shoot.
I've
Yeah,
already,
little photo
I've
shoot.
already given you a book, honey.
No, I meant for me to give to you.
Oh.
I mean, I want to go to what's the man equivalent to Victoria? Don't tell nobody. Is there one? Cabela's?
No, Men's Warehouse.
Men's Wear-
Yeah, okay.
We like Men's Warehouse, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go. XL. What's that store you sent me to? XL, you took me to buy.
We're
big
not
and
talking
tall.
about Academy, Cliff.
Oh shit! I was going to say Academy.
I knew you were.
Like, can't you imagine me in like some tight like box briefs and walking down the hallway, honey?
I saw that the other night when I was chasing the mouse
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
What'd that do for
with
you?
the broom.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know. I had mittens on.
Yeah, mitt-
I'm gonna catch it.
she didn't want to actually touch it. She had mittens on.
Oh, I was gonna catch it.
So this person reaches out. You kind of figure out that they're legit. What's next?
So I had to fly out to California. I flew out to California, and yes, I was scared. I was so
hell
scared.
yeah.
I was, but flew out to California.
Was it
and
because of the
that's when-
stigma? The stigma in California, or
No, I have trust issues. I
Oh,
don't,
gotcha.
when it get like people that I don't know, especially situations like that,
Yeah,
there
that's
are a
weird.
lot of like,
P Diddy's out there.
yeah, well, a lot of people, try to lure people. And I was scared, but I went. I'm glad I
You
did.
took a chance on
So
yourself.
that's when I went out there for the film that we did in California. So that's where it all started.
what? You been in a
But-
film?
Yeah, Sugar Beach. That's
James.
what it.
What's
Sugar Beach.
Sugar Beach?
Already
Yeah.
on it.
You'll have to. No, it's not released yet. That was like what 8 months ago.
Are you on
Yeah.
IMDb?
Guess now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She
I,
should be on IMDb.
I had to sign
Sugar
a.
Beach.
Yeah, so I know my parts in it because I had to get my mom's familiar with that stuff because Blaze and Mary Grace used to do all
Pageant
kinds
shows
of
and all
stuff. Yeah,
Man,
but
hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Hold on, there's so much I want to dive into here. So go on. Let's put that on the chair. We're going to talk about that. But so we get out to California.
Yep.
And
so I was supposed to play the mother, but I had 2 kids, and I knew the date I was supposed to go down there, but they ended up changing it to where it had to be like 2 days before. I was like, I can't do that. So I already had it scheduled to where my mom, went. So anyways, I had to play one of the little high school friends or whatever you want. But it was a fun experience. I enjoyed it, and so a couple weeks later is when I got the paper sent to me that I had to DocuSign for them, give them the okay to be able to release to be in there. So I don't know what's going to be kept in it or whatnot. I just went in basically for the experience.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, they did pay me, so I mean that was nice. But I don't know.
was it?
I
Did, was there any other stars that anybody might know of that you got to meet or anything like that?
No.
So this
not
was
that.
more of a like a starter indie type of film.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
But that's how most people start, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chris, my son's
So
in
the-
horror movies.
I would have to look it up. I'm bad with names. I'll have to look it up. The producer, but he is really big.
Is
I
this
just
it
don't
right here?
remember his name.
When's it? The
Is that
Palm
it?
Springs.
No. No. Mm-mm.
So
We'll edit that out.
yeah.
I don't know. I would have to pull it up my phone.
So
It's here.
so we get done with the movie.
Hmm.
Now you feel. I'm sure you probably felt like, oh man, I'm legit, right? Like I got some cred now.
Not really. Not really. No, I didn't really. I'd say the fashion show. The fashion show was one of the. That's when it kind of was like, oh wow, like it actually.
That was
is
the
turning
most
into
recent
something.
one.
Yes.
What with Morgan? What's her name? Was in it? Our friend
So
Shannon.
anyways, the billboard in New York. I mean, I was on the billboard in New York, and that was one of. And when we passed by it, it was me, Alia, one of our friends, and Ashlyn. I was like, dang, like y'all, that's me. But it was a different experience. I was scared. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't think I'll ever do another fashion show again. I almost turned around.
Was
I don't get scared like that. But when there was 2 girls in front of me, and then I had to walk next, and I was like, I can't do this. I went to go turn around, then I was like, no, Heather. So I ended up doing it, but
That's great.
that was a type of fear I'd never felt before. Like that stuff don't bother me.
Was it because you were being in
Mhm.
front of so many people?
Yeah, there was a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you
So the girl that sings
I was gonna say there was a famous person.
yeah, there's quite a few but
Yeah.
just because of her song, I can't think of Pretty Girl Walk or Pretty
Walk
Girls
Like
Walk
That,
Like this. Anyway, so she was there because she actually performed there. The guy, he honestly looked like Justin Bieber, but I don't know his actual name, but he's starting to be pretty big. I think he's from Britain. I don't know, but it was nice meeting all those people.
So a little
It
bit
was-
intimidating, maybe. No,
I think so, because it
because
really
you're
is. So,
not a
like,
very
I'm
timid
not.
person.
So like the filming, it wasn't all eyes on you. There was multiple people, and I don't know. You just kept doing the stuff over and over again. Photo shoots, I love them. Like
What-
they're fun.
what did you think of like you were raised in the South with sirs, ma'ams, being polite.
Yes.
Was there a little bit of a culture shock for you going into that world?
Yeah, a lot of people do not like being say like yes ma'am, no sir, and I'm like it's a habit. Like
Yes,
like
way to
I'm
roll.
not. Like it's just something I say, but some they'll just be like don't call me. You don't have to call me ma'am or sir. I'm like well I'm going to, like I'll say thank you ma'am or yes sir to a freaking 14-year-old in a drive-through window because that's just it's just how I
Respect.
was raised.
Yeah,
It is
I
a
call my
respect
wife
thing.
ma'am all the time, and our kids use it around. I mean,
In the South, it's
in
the
it's-
respect thing, but a
yeah.
lot of people, it's not really a big deal, but it's just something that I've always grown up with. Now, before I started all this, I thought that a lot of people would be like really like stuck up or, but they weren't. They're actually like really cool people to be around and hang out with.
I would be curious. Like, I would think that their worldviews are skewed. Like especially if you're a high earner.
Like
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just. This is an
What
assumption.
what like in when you use the word skewed?
So, like, people that tend to have a lot of money think that
They're
other
better.
people should have money, and this is what we should do to get there. But in reality, that's not the case, and it's not going to work that way. So it's like utopian versus dystopian type of world. If you make a bunch of money, it may be hard for you to understand why people don't have it and the need to help them. We should help them. Yes, we should. But the way that you want to do it, it affects us. You're good, but I mean, most people that are working class, it affects us more, and that's why I'm saying that their views are skewed. I've always noticed that like high earners tend to be more into social programs and stuff like that because but they at the same time they never had to use them their whole life,
right.
So that's what I was saying.
It's branding. I mean, people buy or donate or put into something they like to see. So if you have a person that is very well known or high up there that literally has never gone through anything in their life, or
Right.
I hate to say a lot of people do get handed it, and it's people that they know and but yes, but
I mean, isn't it
people buy into it, or if they're promoting something, people will buy it just because, oh my gosh, this person said, well, they never actually used it, but sure.
Yeah.
So yes,
Right.
there is. I mean, yes, I agree with that.
Like when like movie stars go to restaurants and they don't have to pay, and it's like out of anybody that they should be able to pay, but they're like, they just want them in there to
There is.
generate that buzz
It
with that
is,
brand.
and I mean, like getting into VIP sections, and I mean it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got to hang out.
It's-
It's like my only claim to fame is I got to hang out with Ben Affleck for a while.
Mhm.
True story. And after we got done, he was in Hawaii shooting the movie Pearl Harbor at the time. And when they did he was in like this mini boot camp thing. And when they got done, he kind of helped the actual military guys that were supporting him. He took us out. And he told me, he was like, hey man, go get his table. Tell him I'm here. So I walked in. I think I was like 20 years old at the time. Like, so here's this kid that's about as round as a toothpick. And I go in, I was like, yeah, I need a table for 8 and da. And he's like, who you with? I tell him, he's like, go away. Go. Like he thought I was lying, but then, Ben walked in behind me. He's like, got our table. He's like, oh, next
Yes.
thing you know, mountains were moved in moments
Yeah.
for this guy. And I was like, I just said the same. I don't understand.
So it's yes, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, in the modeling, like, did you see anything, and I just got to ask because, a lot of girls want to get into modeling. They think that that's what they want to do. Was there anything that you saw where, you were kind of disappointed in the field where you're like, oh man, like, would you let your daughter get into modeling?
If that is something that she really wanted to do, yes. I'm not continuing doing it. I mean, I might do it part-time, like if I have the time to go, but the traveling's really exhausting. There is a lot of pressure, so you have to, if you sign on with an agency, like the way they want you to eat, like you have to do it. Like, I mean, you have to eat
Do you have weigh-ins and all that
very,
stuff?
Yeah, yes, like there. I mean, it is strict, and which is I don't think it's a
Sorry, buddy.
I don't think it is a bad thing at all. I mean, I had to cut out like the fried foods and still to their Mary Grace
Beer.
laughed at me. Yeah, I don't drink.
You're
I don't drink.
slowly taking
And
Cliff's
y'all,
dreams away.
I used to love Bud Light. I couldn't even. I can't drink it anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't my
But-
modeling career.
But yeah, it's you have to. Like I was always if I'm not at work, like I'm the sweatshirt, sweatpants
Mm-hmm.
type.
Comfy.
Yeah,
Comfy, yeah.
I don't like wearing makeup, but like they're pretty strict on like if you are out in the public or anything like videos and things like that,
You
like
have to
your
represent.
makeup, like your makeup has to be done. Like the contouring, I've never contoured in my life, so learning that's been fun. I still can't do it well at all, but anyways.
What is contouring? I don't know
Oh,
what that is.
yeah, darken here, highlight there.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, it's like I'm the type, even going out, like I'll get ready in like 10 minutes because I don't. So,
Country girl.
yeah, so it was hard. It was hard. But the traveling is really what got to me the most. And I think I did it more for myself than really anybody. But with me doing that, it was also selfish of me because I took a lot away from my kids.
Yeah. I was about to say,
I
so
was
you have
always,
children.
So I was always like a schedule person. Like always kept them on schedule, myself on a schedule, and then when I did all that, like there was no schedule. I mean, it was if I got a phone call and I had to fly out 2 days, I had to figure out
What to
how to handle them and leave and go, and so it just I don't know. It took me a while, but I realized it's not something like I'd want to do full time.
Maybe when they're
would.
older.
Yeah, 50 years old, here I come. No,
Yeah.
You could do it.
So-
no, I don't think
You
I would
could do
want
it.
to. I don't know.
So here's a real question: is
like
make it
I don't like now is an old age to be like for me and my eyes, but people know they do it. I
I'm gonna do it.
I don't know.
did since you are now a verified model and you have all these subscribers and did we have gentlemen callers start paying a little? Were people trying to slide up in them DMs?
People do a lot. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So what's the most cringiest DM you've gotten?
You don't want. I actually think I reposted it on Snapchat.
Oh really?
Yeah, the stuff that people say is insane. Like
Really?
the people, I don't know.
Did you get the
Am I
D-pics?
allowed to say it on it?
say it.
Yes, people. I had to block people because I would open up a video, and Blaze and Mary Grace actually saw because we were all together, and I was going through like my Snapchat is stupid messages, and so I don't open a lot of them. But I did open that one, and it was literally of a dude jacking off. I didn't even know who
Oh
the hell
my
he was,
goodness.
and I was like, so
I'm glad I didn't show the full body shot.
anyways, I ended up blocking them, but it wasn't that. Like I posted, I had a long. I think I actually was traveling back to Nashville. I don't know. I had a long drive, so I posted like, "Ask me anything." Got a long drive, and I think
Oh no.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was a very bad idea. But they said something about I don't know. Can I see your titties or something like that? And I reposted. I was like, really, guys? But like they get pretty bad. But I'm careful about what I repost.
Yeah.
But when you repost, you get more views, and that's where the money comes in. But also, you got to be pretty careful about what you repost. It does blow my mind though. Some of the people.
Just let that sink in for a second, Cliff.
What you repost.
No, I'm talking about like
The titty pictures.
But it's like I don't like this person is so random. Like I don't know you.
Right.
It was just on my public story, and some of the responses you're just like
I think people
that's kind of like
they get emboldened by not having to show their face.
anonymity.
Yeah, they get emboldened and they're gonna talk to you like they wouldn't talk to you like that in real life, which sort of
A keyboard warrior.
guys are douchebags, not these guys.
we
like
don't know
some
if it was
guys.
an actual guy. I can't remember the name. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it
There's
could
so
be a
many
girl, right?
responses. Like it's crazy.
Any girls try to slide up in them DMs?
I bet.
I mean, yeah, it's like, but it's not just so I'm not, but I mean, it's all the way around.
Really?
So
And hey,
Any 36 genders.
I don't mean to be mean. Nobody has ever
Same.
slid up and
Same. Same. And I don't know. Like, I guess that's the difference, from boys or girls. Like these are some of the things they have to deal. Probably because as guys, we would lose our damn minds, man.
Oh yeah, we would. It would not take us long to hit them up.
Yeah.
They do well. Even I'll tell you this: if a dude sent me a DM jacking off, I'd be like, "Yeah, man, I don't like guys, but thank you so much." I would take that as a compliment.
Oh.
Gonna give him a thumbs up?
Yeah. No hints, James.
They really.
Beating Cliff.
James, you want me to say I got a dick pic?
You
for
better. You got
later
to,
on,
man.
buddy.
Now.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can pick
It's a
on
joke.
James again.
No.
No, I'm being nice.
I don't care.
So, but with all these people trying to reach out for your attention, did you ever try to, you said you're a mother, and single moms are really guarded about who they introduce into their life. Has anybody had the opportunity yet to kind of squeeze in a little bit, or are you still keeping yourself at distance a little bit?
So I wouldn't even post
The kids.
the kids at all on TikTok, not on Snapchat, public. Even my Facebook, I had to make a separate Facebook just for close family and friends because I refused to post them.
Yeah.
But now on TikTok, I did post one on them because with going live, because I used to go live at 2 o'clock in the morning. I work full time now, so I can't do that. But I go at 8:30. So sometimes Emery will be up. A lot of people that's been on there, they've been consistently in my lives for almost a year now. So, and there are some that you surprisingly do kind of grow close to, especially if you battle them and stuff. So there are a few that have met them, but they're also influencers themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't and I don't want to call them fans because I cannot stand when people call. But if you're asking people, no, they haven't.
Been introduced.
How old are your kids now?
Aiden just turned 8 yesterday.
Yesterday.
I know. I'm
Okay.
like, goodness. And then Emery 3.
Okay.
So I'm taking that dating is hard, especially as a single mom.
I don't date.
You just don't do it.
I don't have time. I mean, that's what it's hard, especially in Georgia, because I don't really. All my family's in South Carolina, even Beaufort. I mean, I drive there for work, but it takes me an hour and 15 minutes. So
I don't blame them. Georgia
I
dudes are a little bit off.
I just.
Can we take this back?
Well, I don't know anybody. It's not Michaela tried to talk me into doing Tinder. I can't do it. It freaks me out. I don't know why. I can't do it.
Can I roll in? So earlier in the conversation, we talked about how the income and being a 6-figure income earner, and that you would always be able to take care of yourself. You didn't have to rely on anybody. Do you think that having that mindset that you don't need anybody because you can make the money on your own has kind of put that, you don't really need somebody? Or is it on top of the trust issues and everything else?
Oh, no, it's definitely the trust issue.
It's a trust issue.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think being 6 figures and not wanting or needing, or do you think?
Yeah, that, not just that, but I also, I won't put up with, I'm not going to deal with the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
If I start feeling something's not right or, any type of, pushback, I will push them back. And it was the horrible and worst mindset that I had, but I always had the, I'll hurt you before you hurt me type thing. Now, I have gotten way better about that. I'm not like that anymore. I will say in the last year, if there's anything that I've got, it's a hell of a lot more humble than what I used to be. So when it comes to money, I used to would spend money I wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't care. If I want a new side-by-side, I'd go get one. I had 4.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I had
impulse
4.
control issues.
Yes. Yeah. Well, not. It's just. It was. That was.
You love
that was
sharing.
a hobby.
You love sharing
That
your
was
everything with everybody.
Yeah, and that was another thing that I had to learn. I was always.
Gifting.
Yeah, I was always the person that if somebody needed help to I was always money or Blaze and Mary Grace and my mom. They'll I basically raised them until the other two started getting their lives together. But I always made sure that they had whatever they needed. So the cars, I got them their cars and especially through like school and stuff, because I didn't have that in school. So like I don't know. It was just one of those. Once again, something I dealt with in the past that I didn't want.
Do you find it to be that the family's appreciative, or do you think that? And I'm just saying this. Do you think that, by giving them things all the time that they don't understand the work that goes behind it, like they'll have like or is it just I understand what you're doing and I really appreciate what you're doing for me?
No, them two, they definitely
Appreciate
100% appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, they know everything about like what I went through, and it was mainly, especially with her, like my sister. Like, I told them both because I didn't want them to ever deal with anything that I dealt with growing up. So, especially any girls. I mean, it could happen, but whatever. I didn't want. So I made sure that I was honest to them and told them, because even if you feel like you could trust people, a lot of times you can't. Especially, so I was always very honest with them about everything. It was kind of like I wanted them to know my mistakes so they did not make them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was different them hearing it from me than them hearing it from my mom. I mean, that's with anybody. I mean,
Right.
So
Siblings can talk to other siblings more, I think, than mom and dad could say it all day. But if it comes from the sibling too,
We're
it's
starting
like,
to see
yeah.
that in our house too.
yes, and one thing about them, I mean, we're close. We've always been really like close.
Yeah. It's tighten up tribe enough. So
Yeah.
you got 4x4s. Tell us about your hobbies. Like what's Heather like doing
Oh.
on her off time?
So
Beach.
yes, I love the water. I love going to the beach. I like being on the lake, going on boats, hunting. Duck season just opened up this weekend. So I'm laughing.
Did you go out
It
this
did.
morning with Blaze?
No, it was too foggy and they didn't see anything.
tags are
so
expired.
me sleeping in was a smart decision. Huh?
His tags are expired.
Well, mother needs to go. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
So you went duck.
Oh, his boat. Oh,
Yeah,
his
the boat.
tags.
Yeah.
Yes, and he got pulled by DNR too, but his boat
Did.
like broke down.
Oh.
Anyways, they're like, whatever, just go, go.
So in all your time experiencing growing up doing these hobbies of yours, there's got to be some funny stuff that has happened to you, at least probably more than once. Give me your one where you came home and you just looked at your mom and she was like, "How was it?" And you're like, "I don't even know where to start."
So I don't know if you want to say funny, but so with the side by sides, I don't know if y'all go or not, but I will tell you it's one of the most expensive like hobbies to have. So I'm one of those people. I don't like somebody tell me like I can't do something or can't make it through that hole. Well, nobody was not going through it for a reason. I was like, I'll make it through. Well, at River Neck, they actually dug a hole to where they put a bus in it. Like a school bus. Yes,
Hey,
I know.
That's
I
some
know.
redneck shit. Man.
Yeah,
That's some
like-
redneck shit.
Okay, I didn't know all this. This is like when we like first started going like a lot. And anyway, so I would say yes, it is funny, but also people could have got hurt. So I went and I didn't go in slow. Like I mean, I had to floor it. 'Cause I was like, if I'm making it through, like I have to floor it. It
So you're
stopped
like,
real
"Hold
quick.
my beer,
Oh
watch
no!
this."
Yes. Oh, I think Blaze actually has it on video, but definitely.
Did you break your drive shaft then?
No, I think that's when.
Blaze broke his collarbone.
No, but I think that's when my rotator like
Oh.
cuff. Yeah. So I mean, my finger like popped out of place and everything, and I was like, I'll be okay, just pop it back in place. But my side by side definitely went like that. But yeah, it folded, like my front end folded, and
I'm sure everybody.
we fixed it there. We're talking about country. I mean, I learned how to do everything to those bikes, weld them, put them back together, take them apart, the oil change. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
So-
No, Alaska's very similar in that manner where Alaska is nothing but a state of rednecks. And it's due because
From all over the world.
all over the world. I mean, people move there because they don't want to be messed with. They want to be left alone. So you have to be really resourceful. So, these guys, you're out in the middle of nowhere, so you got to know how to fix your stuff. So I'm glad to see that the southern redneck and the Alaska redneck, there's not much difference there.
No, and I don't think the DNR could get me now. Anyway, so my first time.
Well, hold on, James. What's the statute of limitations in South Carolina?
Because y'all be like, Heather, how did you mistake that for a duck?
What did you? Oh God, what did you shoot?
I don't know. Well, I mean, Well,
It was
I wa-
Bigfoot.
no, I was young.
A damn bald
and it
eagle.
was no, but it was like I think it was the crane. It was like the big white bird.
Oh
Like,
my God!
I
How did
know,
you mistake
I
that
know,
from a duck?
And my daddy, I don't know. I don't
She was
know.
so excited.
But I was
She just wanted to shoot
excited.
something.
Yeah, I think I was like 10 or 11.
She's gonna come into the
So you
house and
shot
be
a
like,
bald eagle.
check out my coat, y'all. What's on the inside of that?
They're
Pure
like 3
bald
feet
eagle.
tall.
No, my daddy said, Heather, you can't shoot those. They're illegal. We got to go. And I was like, well, I didn't know.
Oh my goodness.
It was funny, though.
We're gonna have to get you some recognition cards,
A
foul
crane.
water recognition, a crane. Pull it up, James. Let me see what you shot. I want to see how much this looks like a duck.
It does not at all.
I don't know what to look up since I don't know if
She
it's
said
a
a
duck.
crane.
Crane.
It was funny, but not that funny because I thought it was funny. But also, it
Marty,
wasn't.
that
I
is
don't think the
Well,
crane
was-
thought it was funny. He
no.
probably was rolling around like, I'm protected.
Oh no, neither would
Oh
DNR.
yeah. He's like flying around. He's like, man, fuck y'all. I'm
I
good to
didn't-
go.
I didn't know it was illegal. Yes,
Oh wait, hang
That's
on,
what-
hang on.
Yep.
that's it.
Can you blow it?
There's
up a
two
little
of
bit?
those in the pond down the road
Yeah, and I'm
from our house, your mom's
and
house.
up
Oh,
here.
let me see this thing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that looks just like
Oh,
a duck.
that thing's so beautiful. You're going
I would have
to
thought that
jail.
was a duck too.
Bird killer.
Hey, hell yeah, I would have thought that was a. I mean, I would
Yeah, I
have
mean,
shot.
look at that.
Yeah, that's a damn duck.
Except it's 3 feet tall.
yeah, besides the
Three
fact
feet.
that
3 feet tall.
Kind of gives it away.
It's a duck. Look at that ring. Look at the ring.
But I was like so excited because I was like, I killed one. Then when he realized like what
Well,
it
you
was,
can't miss it.
yeah, he was like, oh no, we have got to go.
That's pretty funny. That's a good one.
But yeah, so that's I don't know. We've had a lot of fun times, but
Yeah. Well, did y'all eat it?
no,
It was
we couldn't-
illegal.
Yeah,
They-
we didn't even take
Look,
it.
the
You could
damage
not
was
take it out of
done.
the water. Well,
Yeah.
no, oh no, let them catch that shit on your boat. My
Oh.
daddy said no. He said
So
we got to go.
You can't eat. I mean, you couldn't eat that anyway.
I
Right?
could.
Can you?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can eat it.
I mean, we're in the South. Just fry it.
No, you're looking at me like I would eat it. like
So they would have found the bird,
Just try to deep fry it.
found the bullet,
No
and then
wasting,
traced
you
it back
guys.
to your weapon, right?
you could deep fry anything.
Yeah, I guess they could have, but I maybe just I don't know. We never
I'm
got
gonna
in
look at
trouble.
the statute of limitations.
Yeah, we never got in trouble, so I think it just floated down the river.
This is where you say,
somewhere.
when did this happen? 1984. I was 2.
yeah.
Died of natural causes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Any other? You go deer hunting also?
Yeah, I do.
So what's the biggest deer you ever
Yes.
killed?
I was probably a dead moose,
over
man.
there.
A moose.
Didn't you?
No. So I've never shot a buck. It's always been does. So, but I honestly, so I threw up. Y'all had the weakest stomach. So the first one that I shot, they made.
Would they
They-
Make you
what
drink
on
it?
Do I have to do that? No,
You
no.
don't drink it. No,
God,
they just
no.
pour it on
They
you.
just pour it on you, and I can't handle like any. Anyway, I threw up everywhere, and they thought it was funny, but I didn't think it was too funny. But I still,
Yeah,
I
I'm like-
loved it. But I did learn how to cut it, and then
Quarter.
so it's actually, so we actually the tenderloin like in the deer is so good fried. Like if you actually cook them, it's really good. So I learned how
Now
to.
we're
do,
getting some
I
country
learned
shit
how
right
I
here.
learned
Let's
how
go.
to do that, and I was excited about that. But
My buddy brought me a tenderloin the other day that he had smoked. He marinated the day before. Man, that thing was awesome.
Deer?
they're
Yeah, it was
yes,
deer.
I'm-
Oh, yeah.
They're the tender like it really is like the
It's
meat
good,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Very
And
lean
cheap.
and lean.
So, yeah, very cheap.
Mhm.
We need to start deer hunting.
No, I don't hunt anymore.
In between pickleball. And then we can get a thing where we can sit together. I know you don't want to be alone, but I'll be with you.
Like
I don't-
a cabin. I like
Yeah.
No,
that.
I don't want. Well, I don't. Hey, baby.
Hello. It's
But
me.
I don't hunt
You're looking
anymore.
for-
So like, I was an avid hunter. Like living in Alaska, I'm in the mecca of
You and Bart used to
That
go
would be
elk hunting.
Yeah, it's
elk,
like that would be
caribou,
amazing.
salmon. I was all about killing things, and then I killed the last 2 animals I took. I felt so bad about. I can't do it anymore. So they had these things called I don't know if you have them down here. They're called nuisance permits. So
Right,
if you
yeah,
have
we
an
do.
animal that's
Yep.
not supposed to be there, you're going into a lottery, and then if the animal shows up and it's known to keep coming back, they'll say, "Hey, you can come kill it." So I had a moose nuisance permit on post, and they called and they said, "Hey, man, we got a moose up at this hill. It's it's time." And I remember that the sun was going down, and I'm only going to tell you this because you're going to laugh. I go up there, and I thought I had this beautiful and it was with bow, and I had this beautiful quartering away shot, and I just kind of got a silhouette, but I could see it was kind of quartering away. And so I pulled back and I let loose, and this damn moose let out this horrible. I don't even want to make the noise, but just imagine the worst
Can you
noise.
try?
So literally takes probably about 5 steps and then falls over. So the guy was like, "Man, good shot." And I was like, "Yeah, I got a quartering away. Probably got both lungs and the heart. You know, and we're good to go." So we start quartering it up. You know, and the whole time it laid down on the side, the opposite side that I shot it on. So I was looking for the entry wound because usually, you know, most time you can see with a broadhead. You know, do you bow hunt?
No, I never have. I would love to try, but I never had.
Like, it's the best form, right? Because I think so. But anyways, we can't find the entrance wound to this moose. And so we're cutting and like everybody's got their flashlights out at this time. It's nighttime. We can't find it. And then, you know, the first cut you make, you know, is around the anus. And I saw that the butt was bleeding.
You shot.
Oh,
So I'm looking at this thing and there's 4 very specific, like a broadhead right smack center in this moose's butthole. And
Yes, you didn't hit the lungs.
well, so
And the heart.
I did hit the heart. So what actually happened is it went in there and it sailed. The broadhead was like literally just past the heart. So it sailed all the way in and just stopped right short of the fully exiting the heart. So that was horrible. I was like, God, what?
Quite the kill shot.
Technically, that is an unethical kill shot,
Yeah,
but
nailed it.
But I felt bad, and then just weeks later, I was black bear hunting, and I shot the bear. I was in a tree stand, and we were bear baiting, and I looked down, and I shot the bear, and I hit it right in the spine. So I didn't kill it; I completely paralyzed it, so it was alive. And so I had to climb down and shoot it with a pistol, and it was screaming the whole time. And after that, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Oh wow. Yeah, the only hunt like that I've been that I'd never do again was hog hunting. I went once, never.
They're
went.
dangerous.
Hawk
They are
or hog?
hog. They're mean as hell.
Yeah.
Based off of your kill count, it might be anything's on the table.
They were clearly. But
Yeah.
no,
No,
those,
they're
She
evil.
was
They were-
raccoon hunting.
well,
You
Oh
raccoon
no!
too? You shoot.
Oh no, you were shooting a raccoon, but it turned out to be
this
a
girl
hog.
shoot anything.
no, but we did used to go coon hunting at night because it was fun.
Yeah, that's
like,
fun.
It's cool.
Yeah, I
Like, it
have
was
fun.
so much fun.
God, she's like the dude off of South Park, man. The coming right for us guy. You know, hold on, where's it at? You know, we're sitting there. But she'll take somebody with you and be like, "Hey, we can kill anything if it's in self-defense, right?" You're like, "Yeah, absolutely."
So Heather,
So then
Heather,
the next
you just shoot with moves, or you actually aim at see what you're looking at? Because it sounds like you just shoot at anything that's 3 foot tall.
well, she grabbed.
Well, I mean,
Well, she
I'm like,
literally
just
she has a.
shoot at what I can see. No, I'm kidding.
She's more of a redneck than we are. She's more of
I
a
don't
man than me.
But do you know who I'm talking about? Remember that
South Park.
episode where the guy had like
I wouldn't
the
shoot a
kazoo
squirrel.
thing?
I shot a squirrel.
Now I've ate I like eating them because like with rice it's really good, but I've never shot one. I can't even run one over in the road like I'll swerve.
Yeah, I'm like
Weird.
that.
I
I'm
know.
like
I
that
don't
too.
get that.
It's
though.
because of those commercials where they're like, "Hi, bye."
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done any hunting ever since then. But like a lot of people, like I wouldn't mind doing fishing again. But once you fish, you know, the species of salmon, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I've locked into 80-pound salmon, 200-pound halibut. Hey, what are we going for here? Big mouth bass, man. That's where it's at. And you'd be like, how big do those get? Like 12 pounds. And you're like, ugh. Oh, hold on. Here we go, James.
Have you ever been gigging?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this dude, they're teaching the boys to hunt, and we can't hear the audio for some reason, but I can kind of narrate this. And they said that we can kill anything if it's coming right for us in self-defense. So his buddy says it's coming right for us, and then they shoot everything. So literally, he's like, "Oh my God, Ned, there's a bear," and Ned just says, "It's coming right for us," and then he blasts all these things.
He just starts shooting everything.
Yeah, he just shoots everything. Like I probably later on in the clip. Thanks, James. We appreciate it. But later on in the clip, they're surrounded by like deer and bunnies and all that stuff, and they're like, "Oh my God, they're all coming right for us!" And just 360 and start shooting. You see all these critters. That's you.
I mean, I think that's a good mindset to have. You know, you never know.
You can eat it.
Hey, yep, you can.
I could see you teaching your son now, Mama. What? Hold on. I got to do it. I got to do it. Mama. Let me see here. Here we go.
Mama, When you take me out hunting, what's the #1 rule?
Kill everything.
Hold on, you mean like everything?
Everything, even if it looks like a deer.
What if it's a cute little bunny that just wants a carrot or something, Mama?
Save the bunnies, kill the fucking cranes.
The majestic
Because they're moving.
over our house? Them
Kill them all.
Yeah, it'd be something like that, man. I could see it.
No, I was hoping that my son would love like. He's too soft-hearted, and I tell him all the time, like you've got to toughen up. I don't understand, but we took him deer hunting once, and he about cried. He cannot do it.
Does he like fishing or?
He does. Like he'll fish now. He's kind of starting to like it. But the thing, like he loves watch it. Like he'll sit there and watch people like fishing. He can tell you the names of all the fishes, but he's way too like soft-hearted. I blame it on Shirley, Momo.
Well, it's
Momo.
Momo.
You know, we were talking about this in another podcast, but we're like have you ever heard the thing that hard times make for hard people make for good times make for soft people. We're really, I think we're into that. Like these next generations coming up are going to be really soft because our generations have had to pay the price to make it good, so they don't know. Like my kids are your kids picky eaters?
Oh yes.
So mine are too, and I just want to be like, how about I remove all the food from the house, like all of it. And then when you say what's to eat, and I'm like cucumbers and carrots, and you go 2 days, and eventually you gonna eat them cucumbers and carrots.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I ain't none of that stuff.
Yeah.
You can't keep this figure up eating that shit. No,
I'm just saying that's peak male performance, baby.
if you didn't know, now you do.
Any other hobbies you want to share with us that you do?
Really, that about sums it up.
About sums it up.
It does.
Well, let's go through one more time. Where can people reach you on your socials? If you want to give yourself a plug, where can they contact you at?
So at TikTok, definitely at HHagan91, and then Facebook. Oh, I think all they have to do is type in Heather Hagan, and I'll pop up on there. But those are the two main ones that I'm on.
All right. Any more questions, Lana? Well, Cliff?
Well, buddy, I think this has been a good one. I learned a lot. I learned that cranes are not supposed to be killed because I would have shot it too. If I seen it up there with a gun, I'm killing it.
Oh, man. I don't even know where to start. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Everyday Heroes with Cliff and Mike. Stay tuned for our next episode, and make sure you like and subscribe.
Don't forget, Suicide Hotline 988. And I think that's it, buddy.
All right. Have a great week.
See ya.